If you've been following along with this Luna Basics series, you'll know that what I'm doing is getting my project ready for mixing. So I'm starting to do all of the organization stuff. And in this video, we're going to quickly look at setting up markers and using markers, which is a feature that I find super valuable when it comes to mixing because it easily lets me know where I am in the song, and I can jump to a chorus or a bridge or verse, and I can just test out different settings at those parts of the song. And maybe I want to do some automation, whatever it is, it helps me see where I am in the song. So let's get into that. And the first thing you'll want to make sure is that you have your markers bar available here. If you don't see the markers bar, you can easily go up to View and then Timeline Settings, and you can make sure markers is checked off there. So now I'm just going to put my first marker in at the start here, and I'm just going to double click on the markers bar right there. And you can see it says marker over here, and I can add it. But first I want to give it a name, and I'm going to call this verse 1. If you have an intro to your song, you could call it intro. This song just jumps right into the verse. So I'm going to call that verse 1. And I accidentally just pressed enter there, which created the marker. And that brings me to a useful thing, which is editing the marker, because there might be something I wanted to add there. So you just double click on it, and that brings this back up. And one of the things that I wanted to check is the color, because I like to color coordinate my markers for the different parts of the song. And for verses, I like to have them as blue. So I'm going to click on a blue here. There, that's a nice blue for this. And now I can click apply. But you can also notice there's comments if you wanted to add a comment. I'm just going to put verse 1 in there, and I'll say intro, verse 1 intro. Why not? And click apply, then close that down. And now if we hover over this, you can see that little comment pops up. It says verse 1 intro. So you may want to do that. I really don't use comments on there because these are pretty self-explanatory, but that is something you might want to use. So there's verse 1. Now I need to find where the next part of my song is. So I would just scroll through and kind of have a look. And this might be right here. All right, so this is the next part of my song, and all I have to do is just double click there on the markers bar again. And this time I'm going to go with purple, and I'm just going to call this pre-chorus. And in the comments section, I might say instrumental. All right, and then click apply, and I can close this down if I want. And you'll notice I spelled it incorrectly there, but that's fine. I can just easily double click on it, go back, and edit it. Click apply. We have pre-chorus right there. And now I need to find the chorus, which looks like it's probably right about here. All right, so that's my chorus. I'll just double click right there. And then I'm going to color this red. And we'll call this chorus. And then I would just continue doing this for the rest of my song. All right, so I've gone ahead and finished off the choruses for the rest of the song here. And one thing to note is we can move the markers around. You can just click and drag them, and you can move them around if you like. And you can do that in this middle area there. Now we're just about ready to start into the heart of mixing, but there's one more step that we need to take before we really jump in and start adding plugins. And this is a very important step that a lot of people skip. So click this video to check out what that is. And if you liked this video that you just watched, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.